What's up, you guys and ladies? It's Patrick again, back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well and you guys are keeping cool and staying out the heat as always. I have my notes right here, so I'm going to be looking down as I do this video as always, and I'm going to jump right to it. The title of this video is called Grown Girls. Once you're touched by grown, dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned black boys, society sees you as tainted. Yes. This is going to be a truth video, so if you are in fact sensitive and you don't want to hear it, just don't watch it. Period. Over the past 40 to 44 years, we have witnessed a surge in interracial dating, relationships, marriage. But particularly, I'm on one person in particular, that dark skin, dark brown skin, grown black boy, and him dating grown girls of all races, and just a few, women of all races. These grown girls, and as well as a few women who were blinded and unaware of this pharaoh pretending to be a man. In most cases, sometimes they were in fact experimenting until they got too involved with this xenomorph, with this pharaoh. Usually, these xenomorphs, pharaohs, and they deal with or encounter are from a low middle class family. And in some cases, the very few women who didn't know any better, but now they know, did in fact come from a low middle class family. And the grown girls most definitely came from a low middle class family. Never have you seen a grown girl come from a upper middle class family. Women you in fact seen come from a upper middle class family would never be involved with this type of individual, this thing, this who caused nothing but pure chaos within himself and society. This, in fact, is a known thing, a witness of what we see in society, where we see these grown girls of all races dating these low-class scum, dark brown skin, grown black boys of society. And you may think it's something of enlightenment, something that's truthful, something that feels right. But what society sees is a tainted grown girl, and for the women, the very few, a tainted woman who has now become what he is: scum, low class, filth, garbage. They truly see you as tainted. In the order that is always the order in which grown girls who affiliate themselves with these dark brown skin grown black boys is the white, Latina, Asian, and that's all the ethnicities under Asian, Indian, and in some rare cases you see the quintessential stereotypical mixed biracial grown black girl who is with this xenomorph. You guys don't understand that when you are in fact dating in relationships or even married to this it. When you out in public, when you're walking around with him thinking that he's some type of quote unquote prize, you're walking around with filth and other men, real men, not the grown boys, but the men of all races, truly see you as something, as low value. You're filth to them. You're garbage. You're tainted. They won't even bother to even have any type of sexual relations with you once they find out that you lie down with an it, xenomorph pharaoh. Now the grown boys of society, the white, Latino, Asian, and sometimes some mixed biracial boys who have nothing going for themselves will in fact date you, will date these grown girls because they're lonely, desperate, horny, and they can't get anything, so they see her as a last resort. But the men, the mature adult men, when they see you, grown girl, white, Latina, Asian, Indian, mixed, biracial, black, when they see you with this xenomorph, this thing of society, they know for a fact that you have no options, you're probably worn out, and you've seen him as a last resort. And that's exactly what this dark skin, dark brown skin, grown black boy society is. You're a last resort. Again, you're a last resort. No one wants you except for the grown girls of society and the low frequency women who have been on a scale of trying to go up and then they end up going down when they get bamboozled by fooling with you. They got the veil over their face. They don't know until somebody that's real, like a real woman or a real man, comes along and inform her that she's dating an it in a suit, that she's dating a highly irrational, highly effeminate boy man that has no value to himself. You have no value. I don't think you understand that. And the fact that this grown girl is dating you, she's walking outside in public with you, the world now sees her as someone who has no value, who's tainted, who's garbage. Go ask a real man of any race when they see you with this xenomorph. You know what they're going to say? Do you truly know what they're going to say? They're going to say that you're garbage. They may be conversing with their friends and saying, wow, what filth? Filth with filth equals more filth. And it's the truth. The negative stigma which follows you when dating this grown, dark skin, dark brown skin, black boy society will destroy you. It will haunt you. Because once you try to move on from him and try to date a mature adult man, and they find out that you lie down, that you've been touched intimately by this xenomorph, you'll never hear from that man again. You'll never hear from this man again. They don't want you. These sophisticated adult men of society who truly have a good head on their shoulders, they don't want to be seen with you. Not even for a fling. And these grown girls that you see who are more than likely on dating apps, social media, a vast majority of them have dealt with nasty, filthy, dark skin, dark brown skin, black boys. And once these men find out that you're touched, all bets are off. You have no value. You are, in fact, I hate to say it, the scum of the earth. Because some men truly know once you're involved with him, this craziness that he has lured in his body, in his mind, he's now surging that energy into you. And now you start to be very pessimistic, very negative. You have hatred towards men who are attractive, i.e. light-skinned, biracial, mixed men. It happens all the time. I have yet dealt with a mature woman who's black, mixed, biracial, Latina, Asian, who have given me some type of negative feedback when conversing with them. I haven't dealt with that before. Every time if I'm somewhere out and about at the grocery store, department store, and I'm dealing with an authentic, mature woman, you can feel it too. They're smiling, they're being courteous, they're not looking at you up and down with disgust and hate. But when I've dealt with the grown girls of society, they give me that stuck-up attitude. They already pre-plan, because they already see me from afar in the store sometimes. I know they do. They already pre-plan what they're going to say to me. Here comes another mixed man thinking he going to wow me with his words and try to get me to go with him on a date. I've had plenty of grown girls tell me that once I started talking to them, when I was younger, that is. You live and you learn. And they always tell you the cliche of, well, I thought you was one of those quote unquote pretty boys that that think he better than everybody. See, I've only dealt with those type of ignorant individuals when it comes to negative feedback when conversing, those grown girls of society, because we all know, I know from my experience, whenever I deal with this, whether she be white, black, Latina, Asian, I know for a fact, in most cases, that boyfriend, that husband, I'm not going to call him a man because he's not a man, is a dark-skinned, dark brown-skinned, black boy. And that is it. Period. When I was younger, and if I were to be single again, I will in fact ask a woman, and if I happen to encounter a grown girl, which I would hope I wouldn't, if I were to date, I would truly ask, your last boyfriend, what race was he? If she said he was black, I would no longer associate myself with her. Because in most cases, I know for a fact, grown girls don't have access to attractive, light-skinned, mixed biracial men. Period. They just don't. They just don't. They're too immature. They're too insecure. They think negative thoughts. They don't know how to properly conduct themselves when talking to an attractive, light-skinned, mixed biracial man. And they go by stereotypes. Stupid, ignorant stereotypes. Truly. But a woman who knows how to give put out that type of energy of wanting a man. She knows how to converse properly and not screw things up for herself. But that grown girl, she most certainly do. That's why she's more right for this it of society, as well as the ghetto low class white boys, Latino boys, Asian boys, because there are a lot of them too, people don't know about, who would date her, who are more right for her. Even in some cases, though, some cases, even the grown boys don't want to deal with her, especially if they find out that she's been touched by a xenomorph. And if she has kids by him, you can forget it. He's definitely not going to touch her. Again, I'm sorry, but you're tainted once you're involved with this individual. And I think someone should tell you that. They get offended when you ask them, the last guy you dated, was he black? And it's the obvious. They'll lie, but you can catch them in a lie. You ask them, was he dark skinned? Yeah, why? Because that's all she can get. And plus, in most cases, grown girls, low frequency women, Wonder Women, love to control boys because they can't control men. That's why you see a vast majority of them today dating grown boys of all races, but particularly that dark skin, dark brown skin simp. Because she knows she can control him with her low value private area that every body has touched. I'm sorry, it's the truth. I don't want to say the V word, because you know how YouTube is. But once you're touched by them, I'm sorry, you're just not worthy of nothing. You're not worthy of a middle class, upper middle class men of society. You're just not. And you should understand that. You can lie, but the truth always come out. The truth is the light, and the light is the truth. Lies hide in darkness, but it always come forth to see the light, because it yearns for light. So the truth will always shine through anything that is negative. And that negative, that poison, is you dating a dark skinned, dark brown skinned black boy. And you are in fact like him in the end. Tainted, scum, filth, not worthy of anything, not worthy of any type of lifestyle that is promising. You can't have it because you've been involved with this xenomorph pharaoh, as well as the other ghetto ones of other races. But we're talking about this dark skin, dark brown skin, black boy. Again, the stigma, the negative stigma of you walking with him in public. People see this. There goes another nasty, tainted girl with a nasty black boy. That's what these people say, even worse. They say worse things. We already know they say worse things than that. And it starts with that N word. And it doesn't end with the GGA. They just don't want you. They don't even want you in their society anymore. It's disgusting. They know that this is the best you can get. You can't get any higher. You can never get any higher because you're already low value to begin with. But when you start dating him, you just make your value even lower than what it is. So know that. Grown black girl, white girl, Asian girl, Latino girl. And yes, a few, not some, a few of you women who are lying down with him, all you're doing is just ruining your reputation, your value. You have become what he become. Scum, low class, degenerate, garbage. I'll see you in the next video.